Good evening, race fans, and welcome to CRN's live coverage of the CORE Xfinity Series presented by SimRaces.com. We are here for yet another season. This is season 7, and it's the season opener here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll get to see quite a few drivers out there taking the first green flag of the season. A little over 30 cars out there. I think it's 32 out there right now, getting their qualifying laps in and ready for 90 laps here at Charlotte to kick off season number 7. Last season was definitely a good one, a longer season that included playoffs. This season here, season 7, it's just going to be basically a 10-race sprint. It's 10 races, no playoffs. You get what you get, and you got to get out there and get the points when you can. It's still going to be it's still going to be a situation where you're going to have some drop races, and we have a few drivers missing the race here tonight, so obviously going to be using a drop race already here tonight, but a lot of drivers eager and ready to kick this season off. Carl Hammer joined in the booth by Jimmy Covert. Jimmy, season 7 here already. This Xfinity Series just keeps rolling along. And it looks like we got I'm trying to see if we have all of our champions out there. I know we got our overall champion, our platinum champion there of Jack Stoneman. He was eager to get back out there and try and defend his title. He's out there on the track. We got Jeff Ryan is out there. Tommy Ryan out there. He was the platinum overall points champion for the season. We also got, I seen Jake Lesh is out there in the gold division. Jeremy Gainey out there. Trying to see if Robert Kenny is out there. I don't see Robert Kenny, so that's the only champion that we don't have returning here for this season, at least for race number 1. We'll see how it plays out here, but good to see a lot of the champions coming back here looking to defend their turf, and pretty good looking schedule here for the season. A lot of the favorites out here, certainly for myself and Jimmy, but a couple of the favorites kind of hitting early in the schedule, as we're going to head right to Michigan after this one, and then Auto Club is race number 4, so knocking out our 2 favorite tracks here by the midway point in the season. So no more is the Auto Club going to be the season finale. It's taking a break here for at least one season. Homestead is going to play host to the 100 lap finale this season in season 7, but we are finished up with qualifying. It looks like, for the most part, the division's doing what they should. Got our platinum drivers at the front, the gold kind of mixed through there, and then the silver and the bronze. But, Jimmy, why don't you give us a rundown of tonight's 32-car starting order? Flickiger. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see exactly how everything handles, and it looks like we need to get you handled here because, well, we seen what the starting order was, but we didn't hear a damn thing. So let me get your mic working here. For some reason, it is not. So yeah, well, you know, it's been a little bit. That's what I get for. Okay, there you go. Now you can make fun of me, and everybody else can hear it. There we go.
Yeah.
Now you are officially live. But
Carl said he's got the ball tonight.
well, you know, I haven't broadcasted in a year. I haven't broadcast since 2025. So let's get that out of the way right now. But yeah, I mean,
putting like snow in the track.
Yeah, making all pretty and stuff. I can't even get my code broadcaster's voice to work. Yeah, all right, thanks. Good to see you again here too, Jimmy. But either way, looking forward to this one, and I love a good 30-plus car field to start out the season as well. So hopefully these drivers get some good laps in here. Looking forward to it. A lot of big names out there, and a lot of them up towards the front are the 6 platinum drivers that are out here in the field, all qualifying in the top 8. But it's Jack Stoneman, your defending playoff platinum champion. That is the last of the 6, so we'll see if he has got the race pace to get it done. Pace car is going to be in. We got 90 laps on tap for you here for the CORE Xfinity Series presented by simraces.com. And we'll get it down to the start-finish line. There we go, as we are racing here in Season 7.
Yeah, and Alan, a little bit on the pedal, but Tommy Ryan on the outside getting a fantastic start there. They are even going into turn number 1. Is I don't know what's going to use that inside to pull ahead of Tommy Ryan, but Tommy Ryan might have the momentum on the outside to run him down the back strip. And there's a wreck at turn number 2.
You see Terry Jansen involved, trying to see who else got involved in this one. Of course, SDK, you know, doesn't want to cooperate either. I seen the wreck starting to happen back there, but
it's Matt Crockett. Matt Crockett's passed loose Orduna and Zane Bierman. So
take a look and see right
Jeremy
there.
Deaney. Yeah.
Already see it looks like the 69 there of Zane Bierman maybe getting a little bit loose in turn number 1. And unfortunately, sliding right down in front of the 92 there of James Hislop. And it looks like the 00 there of Terry Jansen getting a little help going around as well on this one. We'll try and take a look at the incident here one more time with Zane Bierman. As it'd be nice if it would stay on Zane Bierman. There we go. I see him here down at the bottom, just maybe cold tires, maybe thought about going 3 wide there, but kind of catches that little seam. There's a little seam on the track right there, and you see it already loose. Tries to collect it, and right there you see right in front, and oh, some big contact right there. I did not see that with the 34 of Jeff Ryan, and that is going to be some major damage to him. The 92 as well. Going to bring out our first caution here of the night. Quite a few cars involved in this one. We'll get you back live. And it looks like Hislop has got to come in. You see that that front right tire not exactly rolling. So he's going to bring it in here and use his fast repair. Drivers do get 1 fast repair here as usual for the season. Bring up the time and tower here. And
I don't know if you want to use it on lap 1.
Yeah, well, you don't want to, but when you get a meatball, you kind of have no choice. I mean, that tire looked like it unlocked itself there and was at least rolling by the time he got to his pit stall, but now he does use the fast repair and is going to get back out there. And yeah, it's unfortunate to use it right away, but kind of is what it is, unfortunately, for James Hislop in his first race here tonight. For those that are new here to the series, the color coordination is not just to make it pretty. There are different divisions here in the series. You got the Platinum division, which you see in kind of like the bluish color numbers. Then you got the Gold division, obviously gold, Silver division, Bronze division, and then the ones that are in red are currently in and will be considered the rookie division. Once they have 5 races under their belt, they'll be they'll be moved to their respective divisions, whether it's platinum, gold, silver, or bronze. But they're out here still getting their feet wet on the oval side in CORE. But right now it is Alan Elwood, Tommy Ryan, Tyler Skozen, Kelly Pointer, and Danny Ware for your top 5. Joey Cruz, Jack Stoneman, Chad Coleman, Joe Sullivan, AJ Roderick for your top 10.
Yeah, and you know, obviously lap 1 jitters. I know it's a whole new year, but not the way you want to start. You know, getting down there on the apron, you really can't upset these cars. It doesn't look too bad, like on the screen here, but it's got a pretty good. You know, banking there through the corners, and the cars just don't sit real right. And you can see some drivers really going to the extreme. You know, keep maybe short sway around the track, trying to save a little fuel. You know, this thing's close, Carl. We'll just put it out there right now. It's about 30 laps for a tank. So you're looking at 2 stops, and now with, you know, this caution, this really kind of hopefully will throw away, you know, that any kind of
potential 3rd stop out there.
Potential 3rd stop, or, you know, it's pit strategies or whatever. But you're not really, there's not much time to get off the gas here. The draft is not needed. I mean, it helps, but it's not one of those tracks like, you know, you need to be in it in order to pull away or win. So there's going to be some tire conservation here, and you know, obviously you want to keep that fast repair. You don't want to get involved in anything early. Obviously leaders are up there kind of enjoying the I don't know, not sweating. Yeah. As they're going on left here tonight, but Alan Elwood's getting ready to take them back to the green flag here to start lap number 5.
We hop on board here briefly with Alan Elwood and right back there to the Geico restart zone. And we are back to racing here at Charlotte. Good restart here from the field. And yeah, just like any other cars, you got to get these tires up to temperature. You got to warm up here a little bit, and maybe just first turn, first lap jitters for Zane Bierman there, or just simply getting on that little bit of a seam, like I mentioned. But we are going to make it to the backstretch this time, as we did see a couple of cars brushing up against the wall there, but no caution, so it looks like everything got cleaned up, at least heading into turn number 3. But first green flag, excuse me, lap of the season. No surprise, going to go to Alan Elwood here as he's back, looking to recapture his title after not claiming the overall points title, as that went to Tommy Ryan, the one running right there in second behind him. And then the playoff championship going to Jack Stoneman as well, who's certainly ecstatic and looking forward to another season here, see if he can defend. But I think another one to look and watch here is the man that is in 3rd place right now, and that is Tyler Skozen. He was a gold driver, now moving up to the platinum division, and he's looking for a little something this year. I think he felt like last season there was a lot that he left out on the table. I know there's a few races that he missed and would have liked to make it, but here this season, I think he's got maybe a little chip on his shoulder and wants to get out there, maybe grab another win here in the series.
Yeah, and you can see Joey Cruz making his way up then to P3 now alongside the 66 of Tommy Ryan, looking to take up P2. And you know, Joey's always had the great flash of speed and the ability to kind of get up front, being able to find it, just loses you know, some area. And I think it's because he has a fast car, and he just obviously trying to understand the longer game. Got a great sprint game with speed, but you know, if this thing goes with any kind of green flag thing and he burns up his tires, he's going to find himself moving backwards, as now Tyler Skozen looking to get down underneath along with the 35 with Danny Ware. So yeah, it's just that Joe just needs to, you got the car, you got the speed, you know where it's at, just, you know, relax the tires so you can be there at the end. And that's, you know, what happens with Joey in most cases for the past couple seasons now. He's just shown some great speed. He's had some great finishes when it's come down to the end and sprint finishes, but a lot of these races, you know, especially towards the end of the season, they start going, you know, a lot longer green flag races. You know, we had drivers, you know, with fuel strategy and tire strategy and Obviously, he wasn't doing any of that, and would not benefit from any of that. So yeah, maybe we'll see something turn around for Joe, but it definitely is about. We've seen so much improvement in the number 28 since he came over here to CORE, in each and every season. He just really does get that number 28 towards the front. Just waiting. He's going to start cracking them podiums, and I think the 28 is going to be a car we're going to be watching. Even come up here and talk with us, Carl.
We're watching some 3-wide battling back there with the 00 of Terry Jansen, 36 of Gary Wright, and 3 of Luis Orduna as they went 3-wide into turn number 3, and Wright was just able to clear him, but plenty of battling. I mean, this is back in the back of the pack, back here in 26, 27, 28 range, but a lot of good battling all through the field. The field has spread out for the most part, but there's definitely some battles mixed throughout the field. And another name to kind of watch this season. He's not sure how many races he's going to be able to make, but Jonathan Schwartz. Certainly, if you're a fan of CRN and like to watch the CORE GT Series, unfortunately, this season not going to be broadcasted. Just if we could clone myself and Jimmy, we'd certainly broadcast it. But unfortunately, there's not enough Carl and Jimmy to go around. Really, what it comes down to, and we don't have another broadcaster to cover it.
I can,
but certainly, if you like the CORE GT Series, you know the name Jonathan Schwartz. He's very fast in the GT cars over there. But now we can see what he can do on the ovals, and we've seen kind of, two ends of the spectrum. We've seen GT drivers that are very, very good step in an oval car, and they're just as good on the oval. But then we've seen kind of the opposite end of it, where we see the GT cars, the GT drivers get into the oval, and they're, maybe mid-pack at best. So we'll see which side of the spectrum Jonathan Schwartz runs out here tonight. Currently sitting in 16th. Another one that we see over in the CORE GT is Ricky Renner. He's coming out here full-time this season, along with Nathan Nickerson, and both of them are the ones that helped bring in this season's sponsor, and that is simraces.com. So I want to thank them certainly for bringing them on board here. We still do have the partnership with Kim's Cups and more as well. So I want to thank Wade Enyart and Kim Enyart for their help and support for the series as well. But out front, it is Alan Elwood still leading the way. Tommy Ryan, Tyler Skozen, Danny Ware, and Kelly Pointer for that top 5. Stoneman, Coleman, Cruz, Roderick, and Sullivan for your top 10.
A great top 10 right now as I continue to battle, and a lot of battles throughout this track, and I'm sure Carl's knocking off some dust as he failed to get me on the opening entry for voice, and then now he has to get around the whole track and cover everybody while putting on a great show for everybody out there. I want to say thank you for everybody for coming out. I see about 22 people out there right now. Got a bunch of thumbs up, not as many as I like, but hey, I'm glad that everybody's back here having a good time. But I am here, Lewis, and always nice to see you out there, Barry. And if you're out there and you got a favorite driver, please put it in the chat. Let us know what's going on out there, man. How's your New Year's starting? Are you happy? And want to see more racing here? Make sure you hit that thumbs up, the bell if you want to get the notifications. I have that turned off, but I do still hit the thumbs up.
Well, so sometimes you need that bell turned on, because there's times where I'm getting ready to start the broadcast, and all of a sudden, hey, we got a broadcast. Yeah, I got the notification. Yeah. I'm the same way. It happens as well. As I was going to say, Joey went down there for a second.
The pre-show for about 10 minutes prior to when we go live, so to kind of give everybody a kind of heads up to sit down, grab a beverage, maybe use the restroom, and then sometimes it goes a little bit of bump there
16
from the 97.
16 of John Crane trying to save it on the front stretch. He's going to still bouncing off the wall.
Oh, hold on to it. No, this is going to be a hard one. He's in the corner.
Gets it down onto the apron. I mean, that took about 17 different attempts to save that thing. We'll try and see what maybe started that thing, as he got a little bit high off the corner. And this is John Crane. I know he's in the 16, running a little Greg Biffle paint scheme right there. You see him just brush the wall off the corner. And then Michael Schwartz got in the back of him there a little bit. And unfortunately, he got banged around and bounced off the wall a couple times, then just cut it down onto the apron in time with the other cars coming. Was able to get that thing under wraps, and now is headed into to pit lane to get some service done on that thing. That was very close right there to a caution, but great job by Crane keeping it up there on the wall. I know it probably caused more damage doing that, but it's definitely the gentlemanly thing and the sportsmanship thing to do, to keep it on the wall and not try and save it and spin across in front of, you know, 5, 6 other cars.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, you know. One, you're embarrassed because you just wrecked, maybe made a mistake, and now you're catching it, and now you're trying to, you know, not ruin anybody else's race, so you're just beating the heck out of your car. But does a fantastic job, gets it down there. But yeah, Crane has done a number swap, obviously, to the 16 there, and obviously is supporting Biffle there and with the throwback. So I mean, it's good to see that. But man, when I seen him out, because me and Carl happened to venture out on the track a few minutes ago, and did very well. I might add, didn't toot our horn just a little bit.
2 heats, 2 CRN wins. That's all we gotta say right there.
It was really weird seeing the 16 out there with John's name connected to it.
Yeah, and another one, looks like the 00 there of Terry Jansen's got some major damage. Not sure what happened to the 34. Oh, Terry Jansen trying to get him, just kept it inside. But I see Jeff Ryan also has got some major damage on the front there. He's got a meatball. He's got to bring it into the pits. But you talk about number changes, and you know, silly season, it doesn't affect the cars too often. But when we have a driver like John Crane, who's been a long time CORE member, changed his number. I mean, it's so weird. And
let me change my number from the 14 to something else.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird to see. And here's another one as well. I mean, so long have we seen Joe Sullivan in the 76. And he's out there in the 1 this season. He has changed his number to the 1, trying to get rid of the bad juju, as John Green is as well, trying to kick the old number to the curb and hopefully have a better running this time. And definitely a good run right now for Joe, up there in the top 10, running in 9th. So hopefully the number change works out well for him. But right now,
black and white scheme.
What's that?
He needs a Rick Mass paint scheme car.
Yes. Yep.
He just needs it. He has to.
I mean, I'll even take the Steve Park one. You know, just a bright yellow one out there. He's still holding out hope that one day Brandon Mettler decides to hang it up and give him the 15. Obviously, you can tell by the picture there, a big Patrick Mahomes fan and Chiefs fan, so he'd love to run the number 15. But for now, he's going to stick with the number 1 and watch the playoffs this year. But we'll just throw that out there.
It might be a little embarrassing you showing him that picture. You might want to take that down.
Well, we may have a battle brewing for the lead here, Jimmy, as Tommy Ryan has been dogging the 5 here of Alan Elwood for quite some time, just kind of hanging behind him, but now he's closing in on the backside a little bit here. We'll see if he decides to just hang in behind him, or if he decides to put a little bit more pressure on him, as these two have broken away just a little bit. Tyler Skozen, they're in 3rd place, just about half a second behind him, and then a little bit bigger gap back to Kelly Pointer in 4th. And then pretty good battle between Danny Ware and Chad Coleman as well. But this is the battle for the lead here. Lap 26, so maybe within 10 laps, we're going to see both these drivers come in to make their first pit stops of the race, and that's where it could get very interesting here. It's kind of, in my opinion, maybe middle of the pack as far as difficulty getting in on pit road here at Charlotte. If anything, I would say it's maybe leaned a little bit more towards the difficult side, because it is a little bit, kind of short. Once you get out of turn number 4 there, it's kind of a short time to slow that car up by the cones.
All right, Ryan looking down to the inside before they go on the straightaway, but didn't quite have the speed coming out of 2, and they were close. They were close.
Some more cars ducking into the pits, and that is a major hit there. That is the 202 of Michael Schwartz coming in here tonight. Just wanted to test things out for one race, see how he does. He was doing well up until you met the barrels at the end of pit road, and he's going to get a meatball for that, towed it back to pit lane. Not exactly, I'm sure, what he wanted to have for his opening night here. We'll see if we see him back out in action next week, but we'll get back to that battle, excuse me, up front. But also the battle not too far behind them, as Danny Ware, Chad Coleman side by side, not too far behind Kelly Pointer here, as is the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Jonathan Swartz making his way. It's on everybody kind of look out, but Jonathan Swartz up 14 spots, Carl, all the way up to a P number 11. So the 97 Red Bull machine making his way towards the front slowly but surely, obviously trying to wrap things around this thing just going left. But, right in front of him is number 51, Jake Lush. Jake Lush has had some good races, but looking to come in here a little bit sideways and hot coming in.
They're tracking it.
Yeah, but
no black flag, it's
51
good.
down, no black flag, and but you tell how kind of difficult it is, and like it's really going to depend on where those drivers kind of put their brake bias. If they get some great stoppage coming around that corner, so if they have it back a little far, they could find themselves going around. But so this is the chance that some of the drivers take coming in here early, going maybe a lap down.
Tommy Ryan now coming into the pits, maybe trying to short pit Alan Elwood here as he's going to bring it into the pits. Excuse me, Alan Elwood and Tyler Skojan going to stay out there. It's right at the kind of that pit window that you mentioned there, Jimmy. It's right at lap number 30 when he comes in here. So we'll see if this is just short pit and he knows he can make this thing go on one more pit stop, or if it's a little bit closer than you might think. I mean, he was following that 5 pretty much the whole run here, but now we'll see the 5 slowing down. He's third tracking in there as well. You see Tyler Skojan right behind him trying to get a little bit coming in, and the car's right behind him as well. The 35 and Danny Ware, everything he can get, and no black flags for the driver. So great job, James Hislop. First race here in CORE, got wrapped up in that first incident, lost his hood. Now he's leading this race because he stays out there for another lap. He pit on lap number 2, obviously, to get his car repaired, so he's going to stay out there. Zane Bierman, Paul Butler are currently your top 3 right now, so Hislop going to get credited with a lap lead on his opening race here in CORE. I'm sure that's exactly what he wanted to do, but now he's going to woe the 92 up here and bring that car down into pit lane as well. Looks like Zane Bierman going to do the same thing. Paul Butler, though, is going to stay out here another lap, so congrats to Paul Butler, as he's the only one that joined us out there for the CORE Premier Series on Sunday nights. Finally kicking back off, and it was great to get him back out there, especially with just one getting back out there on the track, and getting back out there with a lot of the guys we used to race with week in and week out. And Paul being one of them, but good to see he's having some success out here in the Xfinity Series, getting a lap lead, and even finally gets to see his Panthers head to the playoffs. I don't know for how long, but they at least made it, thanks to a 3-way tie with the Falcons. I think he was maybe wearing a throwback Michael Vick jersey on Sunday night, watching the Falcons win, so his Panthers could get in.
Chad Coleman, out in front of Alan Elwood, along with Kelly Pointer when they came out of the pits, but kind of I don't know if it was a longer pit stop for Alan, but
Alan took 4 tires. It looks like Coleman, I don't know if he took 2 or just fuel only. Tommy Ryan is your leader, kind of the same situation. He either took 2 or no tires. He has got about a half a second lead right now. Alan Elwood did take 4 tires. These drivers out here only have a set amount of tires out here. I believe it's 2 sets of tires in the pits. So Tommy maybe deciding to keep those tires for the back half of this race. When you see how much slower he is, Elwood catches right back up to the back bumper of him, and it's going to be an easy pass here for the 5. So Tommy's not going to hopefully trying to hang on to the back end here of Elwood, but fastest lap of the race by the man that just moved into second. That is Tyler Skojan. Has turned a 30.18 that last lap. He's got some freshies on there, and he's got maybe reservations for 1 at the front.
Yeah, and they have 2 sets? Is it 2 sets of tires?
I believe it is 2 sets, yeah. Take a look here and bring it up.
3 sets. They have 3 sets of tires.
Well, it's 3 sets, but it's
set on, and they got 2 in the pits. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if they do 30 and then 30, really, that's fine. But, it's obviously trying to hold one there in the bag, and kind of like when should you use the next, the next set of tires. If somebody were to have a caution right about now, I mean, Tyler Skojan and Alan Elwood be kind of a little pooch crate there without a paddle, as drivers are going to come back in and get them freshies and get back out there, and they'll just be like 10 laps off. So Yeah, it's going to be interesting to kind of see what happens here if we can keep it green. I think Alan and Tyler will definitely have the advantage, you know, being able to have new tires, especially for a 30-lap stint. You know, a lot of these drivers that maybe that have not take tires of, you know, they've been, you know, in these cars before and, you know, have done full fuel runs on one set of tires, you know, so used to it. Just obviously you don't have the speed here, so a call there from the 66 that might cost him a few spots here tonight as Jake Lesh makes his way up there. P number 3 up 18 spots for number 51 here tonight so far. Jack Stoneman making his way around as well, moving into P number 4. So yeah, 66 falling fast, so might be regretting the pit strategy, but yeah, being a Tommy fan, sometimes you just gotta have a little faith.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely one that's going to want a caution in the you know, the back half of this race. I'm sure the next time by he's going to take his first set of tires. I doubt he took any. I'm sure he didn't take 2 tires, or he'd be able to hang a little bit better than he is right now. Dropping all the way down to 6th place right now, but top 10 and now looking like this. You got Alan Elwood in the lead, holding off Tyler Skosen in 2nd. Jake Lesh, you look at him right here in 3rd. Great run for him here on the opener. Jack Stoneman now up to 4th. Danny Ware for your top 5. Tommy Ryan, Jonathan Schwartz, another one up 18 spots. We talked about him earlier to see how he can transfer that road GT knowledge to the ovals, and right now catching up to Tommy Ryan here to try to move up into 6th. Chad Coleman back there, another one like Tommy Ryan, not taking tires on that stop. He's back in 8th. AJ Roderick in through a green flag pit stop, so already it's a successful season. Yes, for the number 56. He's got the Rusties. We got Lightning McQueen out there, Lightning Roderick out there, as he's up there in 9th place, and then Dalton Drummond's a good run.
Tater to tow truck.
Yeah, exactly. Dalton Drummond's another good run here for the number 4 Budweiser machine as well. The top running silver driver in 9th place right now. I don't believe Tater is signed up for this season. I remember seeing him, so yeah, we gotta get back out here, because I mean, we got Lightning, we need Tater for sure.
Yeah, definitely need Tater out there. Tater Bowman, obviously a long time real life friend of mine, and obviously in and out of the racing the thing. But he's the one that got me caught on this car. We go to work and I go down to the office. I'm like, "What are you watching?" He's like, "Racing." I'm like, "There's no race this weekend." He's like, "No, I was racing." I go over his shoulder, look over here on YouTube, whoever's broadcasting whatever series is in. I was like, "That's a video game?" He's like, "No, just sim." So yeah, and I used to watch and I used to talk about it, and then I got started, and it was when the COVID thing happened. But you know, I already left the office, so you know, I didn't even think I'd ever picked up. I've always been a big fan of racing and like NASCAR type racing, but you know, after things kind of change and you when you're in the military, you don't get a chance to follow it every single weekend and you know, be around for a lot of the events. So and then your driver quits driving, you don't know who to root for, yada yada yada. Anyways, always been interested in racing, and it's always been fun to just watch the cars go around the track. When I had the opportunity to essentially do it myself for, you know, a few dollars, but it was a lot cheaper than a race car. So these people that said sim racing is more expensive than a real race car, I think you're smoking something that maybe you should share.
At times, it feels like it. I will say, at times it does feel like it. And if you want to keep up with everything, it's definitely going to cost you a little bit out your pocket. But yeah, certainly not anywhere near the cost. I mean, heck, you can barely put 4 tires on a race car for what you're paying for you know, sim racing. But seeing some good battles here. Jake Lesh starting to fade back here a little bit as he pit on lap number 29, so a little bit older tires, a couple laps older than some of the cars around him right now. I was watching back there with James Hislop and Chad Coleman and Joe Sullivan back there in the back half of the just outside the top 10 right now. But it's been a good run. You got the you know, the lap 1 incident, and it always kind of, you know, as obviously the league owner, as league admins here. And I'm sure the drivers kind of felt the same way, like, is this the way the season's going to go? Lap 1, turn 1 of the season, like, this is going to be a long season, but they figured it out. We're now at just past the halfway point and haven't had a caution since, so great job by the drivers getting it back out there. getting these tires warmed up, getting a good run in here. You see the track map, you got the Skittles all over the place right now. It is definitely spread out. And it's getting spread out at the front as well. 1.7 second lead right now for Alan Elwood over Tyler Skosen. And even Skosen's got a 4-second lead over Jack Stoneman. So these two have really checked out from everybody. Jack Stoneman has got Danny Ware all over his back bumpers. They've moved their way through this field. It looks like the 218 there, I believe, is right behind him. Joe Thomas, he is unfortunately one lap down right now and trying to catch up to Nathan Nickerson for the lucky dog position right now, but Nathan's a good distance out of him, and the little Ricky Bobby action there on the number 218 or the 280. But it's been a good run here for the drivers since the opening lap caution. So we're gonna go ahead and step aside, crank it up here a little bit, and give everyone out there in Sierra Nation a little love to hear it.
Love to hear it.
Sights and sounds here of the CORE Xfinity Series presented by simraces.com, and you see the second round of pit stops are certainly underway. Paul Butler is your leader right now, but he is yet to come in to make his second pit stop. He stretched the first one out to lap number 33, and it is going to pay off as long as he can coast this thing around.
Come on, Paul.
Because the caution flag is going to fly. It looks like Danny Ware involved in this one on the front stretch. He's back to rolling. We'll take a look and see what brought the yellow out, but he does have a meatball on that 35 as well. But quite a few drivers going to benefit from this one. Alan Elwood, Jack Stoneman, and quite a few others already made their pit stops. Paul Butler did not. He was the last remaining car out there. Looks like Josh Van Westen last pit on lap 37 and Terry Jansen on 38. So they have yet to make their second pit stop. But this is going to play out very nicely for Butler if, again, he has enough that he can just coast this thing back to pit lane here and make his pit stop. We'll take a look and see, and look at right there. Again, to me, Jimmy, looking at the spin there from Danny Ware, it looked like kind of the same situation that we've seen on the lap 1 incident. Kind of got on that seam in 3 and 4. Car got upset. Certainly some newer tires, so maybe a little bit cold as well, and it sent him right around.
Racing being iRacing, I was just watching Tommy as he went around to get the waiver out, and the next thing you know, their iRacing probably telling him to hold up to let somebody go by. But yeah, you gotta be careful. Obviously, we don't clear black flags. You don't want to get just some an unintentional black flag. But Paul Butler making out, he's bringing it down in, and I'm hoping, I'm pretty sure this is legit. They won't get a black flag.
The pace car was there, yes. Yeah. The pit road would have been open for him, so yeah, no black flag for him and a few others coming into the pits. But yeah, big help out here for Paul Butler, and it's going to put him in the top 10. It's going to give him some fresh tires as well, freshest in the field. So this is very big. It's certainly not what like Tommy Ryan wanted to see. He does come into the pits. He's going to get some fresh. Well, he already got fresh tires last time, so assuming this time just going to top off on fuel just in case. You never know if this thing gets late and goes into overtime here. But Alan Elwood's going to cycle back out as your leader. Jack Stoneman in second. Tyler Skosen. Jonathan Schwartz now up into the top 5 and 4th. Dalton Drummond's another one up into 5th place, so great job for him so far. AJ Roderick back out here in 6th place. James Hislop, and we mentioned it earlier, getting caught in that first lap incident, worked his way up through the field, and now he's up into 7th place. He's up 16 spots, so great drive by him. Paul Butler, the biggest benefit there of that caution, he is out there in 8th place right now, and maybe he has a chance now to be the top finishing silver driver. He's got to have to run down Dalton Drummond's to do so, but he's got 5 lap newer tires now to do it. Jake Lesh, you seen, was up there, on that first or the last run, but started slipping back through the field a little bit since he came in earlier than everybody else. But he's still up there in 9th place. Danny Ware was the cause of that incident right there, but you see he's got a fresh car back out there. He's got rid of that meatball, and just outside the top 10 right now in 11th place. Ware's still up there in the mix of this thing, but Jimmy, that was a good run by all these drivers. Should be good to go now to the end of the race. Jack Stoneman pit on lap number 59, but with these caution laps, he should be good to go to the end, so that it should be the last pit stop that they'll need. It doesn't mean that it'll be the last one that they have in case we get any more cautions, but I think it was a pretty good run for these guys for the first race of the season.
Yeah, and what's going to play off is if, somebody, obviously they come in and they just took tires, and then there's probably somebody back there that has a set, and is there somebody in the top 18? I got 18 drivers, I think, on the lead lap at the moment, and they're all kind of grouped back up. Tommy Ryan's got some work to do to get back up there, and obviously, the laps are going by. You can see Jake Lesh trying to find his place as well, as 280 is we're jockeying around just a little bit. Pace, their cars are out there, heading down to turn 3. Looks like they're about all set up here as everybody's trying to make sure they're in the right position. But Alan Elwood's going to continue to lead this thing here. Jack Snoven, last season's champ, is still trying to make his mark there. He's up in P number 2 at the moment. Tyler Sko's in there as well, getting moving to the platinum. And Jonathan Schwartz up 21 spots now. Carl P number up there on the outside, so in 4th place.
Back to the restart zone here one more time, and we're back on the lap pedal here again. Alan Elwood gets a great restart here, tries to get out far enough in front that he's going to put the two UNOH guys, Tyler Skozen and Jack Stoneman, together to battle into turn number 1. Stoneman tried to get down there and clear, but he didn't. They're going to battle off of turn number 2 for second place. Jonathan Schwartz sitting back there, just kind of, cat burning right now, watching what's going on. You got AJ Roderick, Dalton Drummond's back there in 5th and 6th watching as well, and Paul Butler got extremely sideways into turn number 3 there. Great save. Don't want to throw it away after you got the huge break here. He's going to lose a couple of spots, going to drop back to 11th right now, but he's still safe. That was a big sideways there from the RC Cola number 77, but gathers it back up. He probably needs a clean pair of shorts after that one, but he's still up here running. He's got some fresh tires, but they're 3 wide heading into turn number 3 and still are right now. But it looks like Butler's got good enough tires to hold off the field there for the time being. But man, that got close, and it's still not over. As you see, Lesh right there. You got Garrett Wright on the outside. He is a lap down, but trying to get up there. That's Lucky Dog. Now Lesh is going to slip back here a little bit. Jimmy, I think we found the battlefield.
He has Zane Beervid and Gary Wright, and I had a little conversation with Carl on the side about Gary. Gary's new. I can't remember where I've seen Gary. I think I've seen the name somewhere.
Oh, the 3 sideways. Hold that thought right now, as we're going to have another caution. Luis Orduna was bounced around on the outside there, and unfortunately it's going to bring out another caution. He's got the hood up on that number 3 right now, and he's going to have to tow it back to pit lane. As he got involved in this one, we'll try and take a look back and see what brought this one out. There's a couple of, you can see it right there, already up into the wall, so we're going to wind it here a little bit and see if you got some help there from Coleman, or not from Coleman, from Van Westen right there, going through the corner, and might have just kind of met in the middle here. The 121 maybe drifting up a little bit, thinking he got a shot to go into the middle, and gets into the side of the 3. There's a 3 was coming down just a little bit, and gets him into that outside wall, and tried to kind of keep it up there, but you see it really shot off, and unfortunately Chad Coleman right there in the Kit Kat, he did not have a break for the 38 right there. Some heavy impact, and oh man, some horrible net code in between the 38 and 85 there. Not sure if Dan Phelps got any kind of repercussions from that one or not. The 67, man, just sliding by on the inside, but a couple of damaged cars there. Certainly the 38 of Chad Coleman, the 3 of Luis Orduna, the big heavy hitters on that one, but also Michael Schwartz had a meatball on this one as well, and not sure where it happened this late or not.
Crane taking some damage too, getting sent all the way down through the grass in the infield. I think it was all off a net code. I was just looking at some of that wreck stuff as you were explaining to the fans out there kind of what happened. But yeah, definitely tough break here later in the race. Now, strategies come into play. What is it like for those drivers back in 17th, 18th, 13th, somewhere in that, just behind the top 10 that are still in the lead lap? Do they have tires? Could they be out there with 10-lap new tires and everybody else? I mean, if I had tires, I'd be really kind of wanting to go in and get them with the amount of remaining laps going, because you can pretty much drive the heck out of a set of tires about 10 to 15 laps here, Carl.
Yeah, and then we're getting down to the end of it here. It looks like we got some takers, some fake outs.
Did he make it up?
That was pretty close to being a black flag. But it looks like Schwartz is gonna get away with it. That was a very late fake out right there. But we do got a couple takers here. Looks like Kelly Pointer, Jake Lesh, Ricky Renner, and Joey Cruz into pit lane here this time by. So we'll see what they can do. It's going to get Paul Butler back up through the field here. He definitely slipped back through the field on that restart. I think just maybe having to catch that car. He lost a few spots, and then just kind of gathering his thoughts. Probably lost a few more spots on that one, but still up there on the lead lap, still in 13th, and maybe running a little worse than he'd like to. He didn't seem like he was on pace in practice, but he found it in qualifying and qualified up there in 9th place. So he's got a top 10 car in that 77. He got the break here tonight. He can't let this thing go to waste.
Yeah, Joey Cruz with some damage on that car, just coming in to get it fixed. No fast repair, so I was saying, I thought maybe Joey had a set of tires just going in to kind of get out there, get that sprint, but definitely has some damage just in there. You're taking max amount of repairs as possible, still, within, in that front half of the 20, above the 20 range there. So, but just, obviously we talked about him early, and he was up there and ended up getting mixed up here and probably caught up in the caution, getting kind of ran behind, but yeah, 28 taking some service here as the drivers are coming out of turn number 4, so he should be getting away here soon for the number 28. Maybe? Are you gonna go? Maybe.
Certainly wait until the last second if that's the case. And there we go. He's
there it is.
Down and out, and we're just gonna beat the pace car out there, so gonna stay on the lead lap for now, but that was cutting as close as possible. But yeah, I mean, we seen Joey Cruz up there in the beginning of the race. We talked about the speed that he's got in that 28, and he can definitely we're up there with some of the big boys. But a lot of times he puts himself in unfavorable situations, and it looks like another race where that could be the case. He's back there right now in 18th, last car on the lead lap. We'll see if he can move his way up through the field here a little bit, up in the gold division this season. Started in the bronze, looked silver last season, and now up in the gold. So I mean, you see the progression that he's on, and he is at least a gold driver. And there's races where you look at it, and he's can compete with these platinum drivers out there. But
he's knocking on the door there for the platinum guys.
He's got to exercise some patience at times, and a lot of times he's got to understand that I can race really hard and maybe I can get myself a top 3, but if I just kind of settle in here, I can finish with the top 5 and not wreck the car. And that's what maybe he's got to think about it at some times. But right now, pace car lights are out. We're going to have 15 laps to go in this race as we're getting down towards the end here. Alan Elwood is your leader. Tyler Scholes on the outside. Jack Stoneman, Jonathan Schwartz for row number 2. As we head back to the restart zone one more time, and back on the lap pedal is the 5. We are racing again here at Charlotte.
We're back on the way at green here for these drivers, and Alan Elwood getting a nice jump there over the field here is Jack Stoneman and Tyler Skozen battling out there for P number 2. And obviously the laps are starting to dwindle here tonight. We're over the 70 lap mark. We're up in lap 76 right now, and the drivers are trying to get a good finish here, get into that staple. We got Tommy Ryan trying to drive back up here. You got Jonathan Schwartz battling up there, with we know him on the roadside, but now trying to find a way around these drivers here. You see the 55 taking it now. It's just all about then Jonathan Schwartz on number 97, and Carl, he might be a road driver, but he's got like almost a 6K iRating for oval, man.
Well, don't count out that man that just moved to the inside of him as well. The 66 of Tommy Ryan may not be done with this thing just yet, as he moves now to the inside of Jack Stoneman as well, trying to get up there into 3rd place. He's got some newer tires compared to some of these drivers up front. Depending on lap number 64 for newer tires. So you got 3 lap newer tires. Now moves clear into 3rd place. Can he get around Skozen quickly enough to mount a charge here to your leader? Fastest lap of the race, last lap by Kelly Pointer with a 30.06. So the times are starting to come down here. The pressure's starting to build as well, as we are down now to 12 laps to go here at Charlotte for the season opener. CORE Xfinity Series presented by simraces.com. And I want to thank all the fans out there for tuning in, and love to see the support out there for your drivers. If you haven't done so yet, hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer. We've got plenty of racing all throughout the week here on CRN. But right now, we're watching a good one coming down to the end. Alan Elwood has been in control for majority of this race, but looks like we have an issue there for James Hislop as he got sideways on the front stretch and had to put it out into the wall. I don't see a meatball flag on him just yet, so he's going to be able to continue some major damage to the 92. I'll try and take a look back here real quick and see, catch maybe what happened.
Yeah, he's down off on the apron down the back stretch right now. I'm just staying out of the way for everybody, so again.
Oh, just caught the wall coming off of turn number 4 right there. You've seen it on the outside of Jake Lesh. Unfortunately, a really good run there for his lap. He's up there in the top 10, but now back there in 18th, just trying to limp that thing back around. Meanwhile, back at the front, it's close to being a battle there as Skozen protecting the inside. Ryan tried to go to the outside. Now maybe looking the inside here of 3. And Skozen, not the teammate of Alan Elwood, but playing a good blocker right now, just trying to hold on to second place, and it's working out for Alan Elwood as he's able to now stretch out to about a half a second lead as Ryan has yet to find a way around Tyler Skozen. Back. Meanwhile, Kelly Pointer, another one that is working his way through. And oh, by the way, Kelly last pit for brand new tires on lap 73, Jimmy. He's got the freshest tires in this top 5 right now. Does he have enough to get around these two quickly and mount a charge here for Alan Elwood? I tell you what, a 75 looks pretty fast right now.
He's moving, he's coming, and you know, and I called it, you know, later on to see who was going to have that set of tires. Kelly looking down to the inside of the 66, now 55 going to try to block, you know, for those two together, but 75 just has the new tires. 55 is going to lose P number 2, whether it's the 66 or the 75. The 75 has now opened the door. Can the 66 get down there as well? But right now he cannot. He doesn't have the momentum to get underneath the 55. So move the 75. Kelly Pointer up to P number 2. Does he have enough for Alan Elwood as Kelly Pointer is on a roll here with still 6 laps remaining?
Yeah, 7 laps remaining right now, so he's got about 6.5 as they head to the backstretch here to catch up to Alan Elwood. He's definitely got a faster car. The question is, does he have the moves to get around Alan Elwood and steal the win away? Elwood has been the dominant car here once again tonight, but does he have enough tires to be able to fight and hold on to this win? Kelly Pointer has got 12 lap newer tires than the 5. But can he get around? It's one thing catching, it's another thing passing. And by the way, another one that's got lap 73 tires is Jake Lesh, as he is now to the inside here. He's looking to try and get a podium out of this thing as Skozen tries to go down there to block, but it's not going to happen. Lesh goes to the inside, and oh, by the way, new leader here at Charlotte. Kelly Pointer to the lead as he works around the 5 of Alan Elwood. Kelly Pointer now to the front. Now the question is, can Jake Lesh get up there and battle for second, maybe even for first before this thing is over? We got 5 laps to go, and it's going down here at Charlotte.
Yeah, it's at the end. Obviously, that late caution and the ability to hold on to tires and sacrifice some laps in the middle of the race has paid off for drivers like Kelly Pointer and Jake Lesh, and looking good right now. Tommy Ryan in there, P number 2. You know, was finally able to get around Tyler Skozen, holding on to 5th place. Jonathan Schwartz back in 6th, up 19 spots. AJ Roderick with a good run here too, as well, as he is underneath the number 25 of Jack Stoneman, moving him back to 8th. Danny Ware in 9th, and Dalen Jellman's for your top 10.
Back up to the front, we look at Kelly Pointer as he's got 4 laps to go here, heading back to the front stretch. Now going to be 3 at the line. He leads by a half a second. Jake Lesh is now 0.4 behind Alan Elwood. Can the Gold Division drivers let these Platinum drivers know, hey, a little strategy, and we can get up here and mix it up with you boys as well and go 1-2 here tonight, as Lesh doesn't want to see Kelly Pointer stretch this thing out. He wants to get up there and keep this thing close, even though it's only race number 1. This Gold Division is stacked as much as the Platinum Division, so it's not going to be easy to win this season, especially when there's no playoffs. It is straight points for the entire 10-race season, and now you see the battle here going into turn number 1. Lesh goes to the high side here of Elwood. He's got the tires to get it done. Can he get the run off of turn number 2 on the high side? Elwood's going to try and keep tight to him, trying to get a little side draft into turn number 3, but it's not going to happen. Elwood is now going to slide back to 3rd place here. Jake Lesh to 2nd. I think it's a little bit too far of a gap to see if he can get up there to Kelly Pointer this late. Tommy Ryan trying to get up there and maybe mix it up here for a podium before this thing is over. Alan Elwood maybe not done yet. White flag in the air, 1 more lap to go. Elwood sends it into turn number 1. Jake Lesh on the bottom is going to have a good enough run to hold him off, but meanwhile out front, Kelly Pointer 1 second lead, stealing this thing away here with some late strategy with an extra set of tires in the pits. Coming through turns 3 and 4. The 75 of Kelly Pointer getting it done here in the season opener as he wins here at Charlotte. Jake Lesh going to come home in 2nd. Alan Elwood down there in 3rd. Tommy Ryan coming home in 4th. Tyler Skozen for your top 5. Jonathan Schwartz, yeah, he's pretty good on ovals as well. He comes home just outside the top 5 here in 6th place. Last season's defending playoff champion Jack Stoneman could have come home in 7th. You see Danny Ware there putting it in the wall in 9th. He finished in between them was AJ Roderick finishing in 8th. Dalton Drummond's rounding out your top 10, and a really good run for Dalton Drummond's, as we mentioned before. Top running Silver Division driver. Your top running Bronze Division driver is going to go to Jeremy Gainey back here in 19th place. But man, it's just another race here that strategy ends up being very, very key. And Jimmy, you mentioned it. I thought it might have been a little bit too late in the race for tires to really play off as well as they did, but I was wrong. I was wrong big time, and Kelly and Jake proved that for sure.
Yeah, it was just that right number. Like I said, you can run tires here pretty hard for about 15 laps where they feel really good. And if you got a 10 lap gap on somebody as far as tires go, that's a significant amount of speed. And you've seen those two drivers, the 75 51, come up through the field and make it their own here at the end. And it's not like they were well out of it the entire race. You've seen glimpses of them in certain areas. Jake Lesh, though, big power move here tonight, up 19 spots to finish in 2nd. Jonathan Schwartz up 19 spots as well, but back in 6th. Obviously, we were watching those drivers all night long, and just a huge shout out for a lot of these drivers. And I was talking about before an incident, I was talking about Gary Wright finishing at 15th. All right, Carl, and we talked about Gary as he's kind of new to CORE, and I don't know if I've seen him somewhere else before or not, but when you kind of just see a new person on the track, the only thing I got to look at is their iRating, and I was like, why is he here? So I like to apologize, and I hope it was your kid that destroyed your iRating, because he definitely didn't drive it here tonight with a great showing, finishing in 15th place. So congratulations to Gary, huge shout out, and my apologies for thinking anything lesser, but look forward to seeing what he can do the rest of the season and make his way up through the pack.
We're going to get our top 3 here in for their interviews in just a second. And, I mean, certainly well-deserved, well-earned as usual. But want to take some time and get our sponsor reads in here, as well as I must have dropped it in the wrong channel. So let me go ahead and grab it this way. Simraces.com has some exciting services and products coming this year to help racers on and off the track. A coaching platform is coming soon as well, driven by the community. So keep in the know by joining the Sim Races Discord on simraces.com. So if you go to simraces.com, you can get to their Discord that way, or you can check down in the description of the video here down below and get to their Discord that way as well. And also a thank you to Kim's Cups and More for all their support, as Kim's Cups and More is your one-stop shop for all your apparel needs, whether it's a custom 20-ounce tumbler to fill with your favorite post-race beverage, a 40-ounce glitter tumbler for your morning coffee after you're up all night celebrating that win like Kelly Pointer might be doing here tonight, or custom clothing apparel with your favorite team, sponsor, or maybe your favorite broadcasters.
Wink, wink.
A custom license plate for your everyday ride, even mouse pads to help you rearrange that pesky new UI. You can choose from already created products or have them custom made to your liking, whatever your pleasure. Kim's Cups and More has it all. Check them out on Facebook today. That's Kim's Cups with a K and More. We got our top 3 here ready for their interviews. Well, we got actually a 2nd and 3rd. I think Kelly's still celebrating down in his channel, but we're gonna go ahead and start these interviews here. As let me just Wind this thing a little bit. There we go. And bring in our third place finisher here tonight, and that's going to be the 5 of Alan Elwood. Alan, you had pretty much, I would think, the exactly the race you wanted to have for 95% of this race, but unfortunately, with some of these later race cautions and some drivers electing to go kind of bold on the strategy and saving that extra set of tires, you have to settle for third. Top spot in the Platinum, but I mean, I would assume you feel this one kind of slipped away a little bit.
Oh, 100%. I felt like I was the fastest car by a mile. Led all them laps in typical fashion. It doesn't even matter. This sucks. You know, it doesn't pay to be the fastest driver here. You basically just have to be in mid-pack, save a tire, and usually the luck falls in their favor. So
yeah, We've seen you and Tommy Ryan doing some great battling in the beginning, and he elected on that first pit stop to not take tires as well. And I thought maybe he took 2 to try and see what he could do. But clearly, it seemed like 4 tires were absolutely paramount here tonight.
Yeah, 100%. It was 4 tires or no tires, in my opinion. But so it goes here, I guess. Another one lost that probably should have had in the bag, but it is what it is. We'll come back next week. If luck will go our way for the first time in months.
Well, either way, you get yourself a podium, you get yourself the top spot in the Platinum, so you'll leave here with the points lead, and we'll see what you can do next week, and maybe the strategy will work in your favor that time. But before we let you go here tonight, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Just shout out Simrat Market, Roderick Racing Development, everybody on the team, Danny, AJ, good run for them tonight, and everybody here in the booth, everybody watching at home. Glad we could put on a good show, and we'll see you all next week.
All right, buddy. Congrats on the podium here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate. We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
That's your third place finisher here tonight, the 5 of Alan Elwood. Second place here tonight, Jimmy, is going to be the 51 of Jake Lesh.
Jake! Jimmy Carl in the booth. You copy, buddy?
I got you loud and clear. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Great new year. Great new start here for you at CORE. And you had the strategy, man. It saved a set of them tires for the right time, the right place. Land that number 51 Turn Burns Motorsports machine up here. So congratulations, man. Give us a run how your race was. And it looked like it was a pretty solid race. You got the benefit from that late race caution.
Well, I qualified in the back like normal, so that was a plus. And then just worked my way up from there and got to a point. I didn't even know how many laps I could go on fuel. I just kind of started running, and then I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to make a third stop. And it just kind of worked out that those cautions came when they did. There was a point where I went in, was going to took a full load of fuel, no tires, and was just going to ride it out. And then we got a quick caution. And I stayed out there on old tires, and I don't know if you could tell, but I fell right back, and I was in everybody's way. It was a little hairy there for a minute. But it was all to save that extra set of tires, and that really worked out in the end. Me and Kelly drove right through the field, right to the front, and that was the winning move.
Yeah, it's it's something you go out there, maybe you took a little time off. Some people take Charlotte for granted because you've been here 1,001 times. I know I would have. It's just that like you said, you didn't even know how much fuel or how many laps you could do, and you take that chance, and sometimes a little luck could go a long way, and it really did pull off for you here tonight with number 51. What a way to start the season. 2 gold drivers leading the way over the Platinum, so it can be done. I've seen you race many times, many races, as a matter of fact, and you definitely have the talent to be up there and to lead these things and even get some wins. So congratulations on your second place finish, man. I really did enjoy seeing you come up through the field, but we'll give you some time for any shouts you might have in at number 51.
I'm kind of disappointed that I don't have Grady with me this season. So.
Well, you need to drag him back.
or maybe not. Maybe not. Leave him out. You got yourself a podium without him.
Yeah, he usually finishes in front of me, so maybe I don't get a podium. I'd just like to thank you guys for putting on a great broadcast, and here's to a new year, a new start, everything.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that. Yeah, definitely new year. Again, the first podium of the season, first race of the season here for the CORE Xfinity Series. I know it's a short one. I know it's only 10, but we're looking forward to seeing the 51 back up here in the booth many times here, hopefully for the remainder of the year. So again, congratulations, man, and we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
That is your second place finisher here tonight, Jake Lesh, getting it done in the 51. But the man getting it done better than anybody else, whether it's strategy or not, is going to be the 75 of Kelly Pointer. Kelly, all I can say is heck of a race, heck of a strategy. I know Jimmy mentioned when we had the caution there in the early lap 70s laps that if somebody had a set of tires there, that they'd be sitting pretty. I was thinking it may be a little bit too late, but man, you and Jake definitely proved me wrong, and you drove through that field. But you got up to Allen. Did you feel like you had to work a little bit, or did you want to just get around him as quick as possible?
Nah. First off, I'll start off at the beginning of the race. I started, just a normal pace. I wanted to save because I thought you had to save a little bit to make it for 30 laps, but I think it came to find out that you didn't. And the first pit stop, I completely forgot to put on my damn tires, so that was my bad. Thank goodness.
No. We'll cut that out. We'll cut that part out right there, Kelly. You don't have to say that. That was perfect strategy, is what that was. He just didn't realize it.
Hard on that one.
He's up in the booth with his hands.
I haven't ran the Xfinity since our last Xfinity, so coming in here, I was like a little worried. But at lap 72, I went into the pits, and I was really debating whether to do it because I was like, I'd lose all this position. But I was like, I already lost all this position anyways. So I forgot the tires. Or wait, yeah. Anyways, so I got the tires, and man, I tell you what, I was flying. I've turned the fastest lap in the race. I was just going through everybody. I wasn't worried because there was a bunch of SWM drivers out there and a couple Uno drivers that I had to get around. Not that they'd do anything, but, I had to get around them. They had to protect personally, which became me at the end.
Yeah, and it looked like it was really close when you're getting around Tyler Skosen there, because he was battling with Tommy Ryan, trying to keep him behind for the longest time, and all of a sudden you come storming up there, and I think you might have even surprised him a little bit when you got to the second place there to pass him. But man, you get it done here tonight. It's got to feel good. There's a lot of quality drivers in this series, and I mean you're a quality driver in yourself, and the fact that you're only in the gold division kind of speaks to how many great drivers there are in this series. So to get up here and get a win, it's not easy, whether it's strategy or not.
No, definitely not. To beat Allen, I beat him just because I had tires. That guy, he's hands down fastest driver in our league. He wins most of the races. Can't win them all, I guess. I get one every once in a while. I appreciate it.
And blind squirrel.
Yeah, always looking for that.
Well, I'm thinking maybe as well. You paid the $10 before you got in here. You paid your entry fee, even though you had a free entry. I sent it back to you, but maybe that's what it was. Maybe that you spent that extra $10 on an extra set of tires. So
well, I got some other league that I got to buy from you. So.
There you go. Well, listen,
I'll send it back.
Great run out there, Kelly. Certainly a fantastic job of getting the win here tonight. You like when your win comes and you can kind of have a nice little gap for the gold division, but Jake Lesh finishing right there in second, so clearly he's going to be a good battle with you, and that gold division is kind of stacked as well this year, so it's not going to be easy. So congrats on the win here tonight. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Well, first off, I want to say a couple things. Old boy behind me, I wasn't worried about him. I definitely was, before I passed Allen, I was trying to save a little bit. I knew I'd catch him just because I had better tires, obviously. But after that, I just kind of held because I knew he was going to be charging hard than he was charging, and I just tried to keep the gap. But I want to thank you guys for throwing this league. I appreciate it. Every time I've been in this league for a while now. Thank my wife for allowing me to do this stuff every time that I can. And Pointers Motor Supply, if you need any AMS oil, go to pointersmotorsupplies.com and get all your AMS oil needs. And yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Well, congrats again on your win here tonight. Definitely celebrate it and enjoy this one. You never know when the next one is going to come. But next week, we head off to Michigan, so we'll see you out there in Detroit.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
That's your winner here tonight. The 75 of Kelly Pointer getting it done here. Certainly had the right strategy, but still needed to make those passes at the end. And yeah, thinking back on it, I do remember calling out that he had the fastest lap of the race, but it didn't register that, hey, we still got enough time for him to work his way through the field and get this thing done. But I'll be damned if he didn't. Heck of a drive by these drivers. I mean, it's the first race of the season. It can always get a little bit worrisome, a little bit sketchy when you get 30-plus drivers out there, a lot of them out there running around each other for the first time. We had a lot of GT drivers out there testing the waters, certainly Jonathan Schwartz, Ricky Renner, and Nathan Nickerson, just to name a few of them. But I want to thank both Ricky and Nathan once again, bringing simraces.com on here as the title sponsor for the series. Thank all the fans out there. Again, if you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer. But for myself and Jimmy here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, we'll see you at the track.